Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I prepared a slow flow class for you with controlled movement to open up the hips and also to calm down our mind. Especially at the moment where so many things are going on, it's really important to allow ourselves to rest, to slow down and to just be. So grab your mat whenever you're ready, but before we start, I highly appreciate if you could subscribe to my channel, hit the like button, and maybe even write a comment or recommend me to one of your friends. Alright, whenever you're ready, let's practice. So today we start in a laying down position. The same way we usually finish the class is the way we're gonna start today in your Shavasana. So bring the feet to the corners of the mat, arms to the sides, palms facing up. And make yourself as comfortable as possible. Take any pressure you can find in your body. Relax your arms, your legs. Let them become a little bit heavier, sinking deeper into the mat, deeper into relaxation. Keep your lips or your mouth slightly open, your forehead relaxed. And slowly bring the awareness to your body, to your mind. How do you feel this moment? Is it easy for you to just lay here doing nothing and to relax? Or can you notice any restlessness, any kind of being nervous? And I want you to really take the time in this class to slow down. We're living in such a fast-paced world where it's so important to take some time off. It's not egoistic to take time for yourself. It's necessary. It's really needed. So set the intention for this class to maybe move a little bit slower than usual, more controlled, more mindful. Really try to be as present as possible and to enjoy the time just for yourself without pressure. Before we start, take 5 more deep breaths into the abdomen. If it helps, you can place one hand on the belly and one hand on your chest. And then take 5 deep abdominal breaths through your nose. If your mind is wandering, just come back to the present moment, following your breathing. Feel both hands rising on the inhale. On the exhale, relax your face. One last deep breath. Fully exhale. Hug the knees to your chest, wrap your arms around and slowly start massaging your lower back from side to side. So we're starting this class really gentle with slow movement. And then straighten the right leg along the mat, keep the left knee bent to your chest and maybe pull your left knee a little bit closer to you. This could be straight forward, like straight into the direction of your chest, or maybe a little bit to the side in the direction of your shoulder to feel it more in your adductors on the inside of your hips, inner groins. One more deep inhale. And on the exhale, guide the left knee over to the right side. Straighten the left arm to the side in shoulder level, left palm facing up.
And you can place the right hand still on the outside of the left thigh. Gaze over to the opposite shoulder, to the left. And the only thing you have to be aware here in this supine twist is that your lower back is still in one line with your upper back. So sometimes if the students, because of this twisting movement, that their center, their butt is on the side of the mat. So then just shift your weight back to center. It's no problem if your knee isn't touching the mat or the ground. Just try to maybe keep both shoulders on the mat. If it's a little bit lifted, it's also fine. It's just a gentle way to warm up the spine. One more breath. Slowly come back to center, straighten the left leg, bend the right knee to your chest, and again pull it a little bit closer. Maybe to your chest, maybe a little bit diagonal to your right shoulder. And then slowly guide the right knee to the left, right arm to the side, in shoulder level, gaze over the right shoulder. Relax your shoulders, your arms, and especially your face, your forehead. Take a deep inhale. And fully exhale. One more breath here. Slowly come back to center, hug both knees to your chest, wrap your arms around, and now we're rolling up. But before we come into seated position, we roll 5 times. Chin to your chest, make yourself as round as possible. If this is not comfortable for you, then just skip it. Just come into seated position. Always remember, no matter what I'm teaching, so we find a seated position. No matter what I'm teaching or what other teachers are saying, it's always your practice. So always just do what feels good for you. So from the seated position, we're rolling even a little bit more forward until we come into tabletop. Whenever your hands are on the mat, spread your fingers so the weight is equally on both hands. The index fingers are facing forward, the hands are directly underneath your shoulders to create this one line of shoulders, elbows and wrists. And to warm up the wrists a little bit, we're just circling around, slow, controlled movement. I'm not playing any music in my classes, like usually in my classes. Definitely music plays a huge part, but here on YouTube I want to keep it simple and focusing on the yoga quality. So if you want to add some gentle music, stop here, press pause and play some background music, maybe some piano or whatever you would like to add. Change the direction and maybe even the position of your hands so your fingers are facing away from each other, shifting the weight from one side to another. And then slowly bring the hands back to center, warming up the spine with cat and cow movements. On the inhale, tilt the pelvis to create this little back bend, lift the chest and look up. And on the exhale, chin to your chest, round your spine, straighten the arms. Inhale, tilt the pelvis, lift the chest and look up. On the exhale, imagine there's a hand between your shoulder blades. You're trying to press away, straightening the arms. Find your own rhythm using your breath. And when I started doing yoga now 3.5 years ago, I always thought this cat and cow movement is just for elderly people or just some boring stuff. But now it's a major role of my warm-ups almost in every class, because we're moving in both extremes of the spine. So we are here with this round spine. I'm in kyphose, in this round back, and
with this back bend in Lordose. Yeah, this back bend shape I already told you, already mentioned. And this is really good for your spine. So if you ever wake up and you can't move, or you feel that your spine or you have some back pain, then just do some cat and cow movements and you will feel better. All right, come back to center and slowly step back into a plank. Only because it's slow movement, it doesn't mean we can add some core work or some strength. It doesn't always have to be separately. Actually, it goes hand in hand really well. Flexibility, strength, relaxation. So we're just holding here the shoulders still in one line with the wrists, arms are straight. Maybe even want to bring the chin to your chest to activate your scapula, your shoulder blades. You're really straightening the arms. You will feel it even more in your core, holding here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. On the inhale, lean a little bit forward. On the exhale, knees to your chest, slowly lower down. If you don't know how to do the vinyasa, there's a tutorial. I put the info here. Inhale, lift the chest, baby cobra. And exhale, push yourself back into your child's pose with arms forward, and then come into your downward facing dog. If you want to add some movement, feel free to do so. But make it slowly, make it controlled. Maybe close your eyes and feel what's going on inside. Two more breaths. Keep pressing your hands into the mat, straightening the arms, lengthening the spine. No matter what you're doing, what kind of movement, now is the time to find stillness in your down dog for one deep breath. And then slowly bring the feet together. On the inhale, lift the right leg up as high as possible. Keep your shoulders parallel. Keep pressing the left heel into the mat. Inhale here. On the exhale, slow, controlled movement. Step the right foot to the right side of the mat. So to the right of your hands. The right foot facing a little bit to the side. Right hand on the inside of the thigh. And then press the right knee or the right thigh away from you. There is always the option to lower the left knee down, so it's a little bit less exhausting. But I recommend you, or not recommend you, actually, it's totally your choice. But I will do the more intense pose, so really try to push the heel away from you if the leg is lifted, and then add this little back bend. Not back bend, add this little twist, twisting over the shoulder. Let's see if I will start cutting my videos. Until now, I just let them play because making mistakes is just human, and if you come to my classes, I don't want you to be surprised that my English might not be perfect. Keep creating this pressure in your hips. Maybe you even want to place the right foot on the outside of the foot, so it's more intense in your hips, on the left hip flexor. One more deep inhale. On the exhale, twist a little bit more. And then slowly inhale back to center. Left knee down, the right arm with the full range of motion, full circulation, grabbing the left foot. And then try to kick the heel a little bit closer to you. And at the same time, we keep twisting. So kick and twist. Feeling the stretch in your rectus femoris, in your quadriceps, or one of the quadriceps muscles. The only muscle that is attached to your hip and your knee joint. So we're not stretching the vastus group. If you think, what is this guy talking about, then just focus on your breathing. Just trying to impress you with my new anatomic skills. No, I'm joking. All right, one last breath here. On exhale, release both hands on the mat. Tuck your left toes, lift the knee, and again press the heel away from you. Maybe you want to stay here in this kind of lizard variation, or maybe you want to come onto your forearms to deepen the pose. Keep your left leg engaged, keep pressing the heel away. And bring the awareness back to your breath. Did your breath change in any way? Or are you still in a slow, controlled breathing state of mind? Is your body calm, relaxed in this pose? Your face, your shoulders. Try to be aware. One last breath. And then slowly come back onto your hands. And now we're walking alongside the mat to the left side, turning the left foot so the toes are facing to the corner of the mat. Right foot on the heel into surface lunge, Skandasana. So this could look like this. If your hips are tight today, we can work on that. But maybe this is your asana for today. No pressure, no shame. Maybe you use your hands and you can go a little bit deeper. But make sure that your left heel is on the mat. So don't lift the heel up. We want the heel grounded and the right foot is active. Because if you're not active in the right foot, it might turn to the in or the outside, and then we would have internal or external rotation in your femur. I fall out. It's also a balancing pose a little bit. But no need to worry, we're stretching here the adductors. I hope you're more stable than I am. But of course, yoga is not a competition. 2 more breaths here. Maybe you can deepen a little bit, or you can get rid of your hands for 2, 1. And then now something really cool. We're changing the perspective. Really important sometimes to change views. So we are now turning around to face the back side of the mat. If you have a problem with your computer or laptop, just place it somewhere, press pause, and then from here we're stepping back into plank and holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. On the inhale, lean a little bit forward. On the exhale, slowly lower down, maybe with the help of your knees, maybe without. Untuck your toes, inhale upward facing dog or cobra, your practice, your choice. No matter what you choose, press the toes into the mat to engage your hamstrings, and on the exhale we all meet in down dog. Try to find stillness again in your down dog, pressing the heels equally into the mat. Arms are straight, gaze to your belly. 2 more breaths. Bring the feet together. On the inhale, lift the left leg up as high as possible. Point your toes, but keep pressing the right heel into the mat. On the inhale, lift the leg up a little bit higher. On the exhale, slow, controlled step to the left side of the mat. So really to the outline of your mat. Again, option 1 is to lower the knee down, left hand on the inside of the thigh. Option 2, more active one, is to keep the knee lifted, pressing the heel away, and then start twisting, gaze over the left shoulder. You can bring the left foot on the outside to deepen the stretch, the sensations. And maybe you want to close your eyes to observe your thoughts a little bit more, to feel the stretch. And there shouldn't be any pain in your wrist, yeah? Your right wrist should be still in one line with your shoulders. Maybe you check that before you close your eyes, and then we add 2 more deep breaths. 1. And slowly turn your body back forward, lower the right knee down, left arm full range of motion, catching your right foot. If you can't reach your foot, just use a strap, a belt, a towel, or just kick the heel to you and twist over the shoulder. And again, kick and twist. For every inhale, lengthen the spine. On the exhale, twist a little bit more, kicking the heel closer to you. One last deep inhale. Exhale, slowly release. Tuck the right toes, bring your body back to face forward. Lift the right knee up. Lizard variation, maybe here with your arms straight. Maybe you want to come onto your forearms. Stay active in your right leg. Slow down your breath. Last deep inhale. And fully exhale. Slowly place both hands back on the mat. And now we start walking back along the right side to the top of the mat where we started in this sprinting position, like we're about to start a 100-meter sprint, but instead we're stepping back and do another vinyasa in your own pace, following the rhythm of your breath. And we all meet in downward facing dog. In your downward facing dog, now I want you to place your feet a little bit more further away from each other, so bring the feet closer to the sides of the mat. Maybe feel a difference in your downward facing dog, definitely in your hamstrings because the position changed, so there should be a difference. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, open the mouth, release. And then rotate the feet even a little bit more to the side, so the toes are facing to the left and to the right. Start bending your knees and slowly walk your hands back until we all meet in Malasana, in this yogi squat. Hands to the heart. So it should look like this. The elbows are inside of the thighs, and to create some pressure, you can press the knees away, but at the same time you're pressing the knees against the elbows, feeling again some opening in the hips. This is a perfect time to close your eyes for a second and to think about 5 things you're grateful for. Maybe 5 people that come up to your mind, 5 faces that pop up in your third eye when you think about gratitude, 5 moments, just 5 things to remember yourself, how lucky you are, how grateful we all can be, to be healthy, to be alive, to have family, friends, maybe a wonderful dog, whatever it is you're grateful for. And don't forget to let the people know that you're grateful to have them in your life. We take one more deep inhale. Exhale, open the mouth, release. From here, open your eyes. So you should be in this position. And then bring the hands on the mat. Slowly shift your weight back and straighten the legs. Shake it out. So I hope you're feeling still great. We will add some seated asanas to this class, and then we will finish in a final relaxation. So move your body so you're facing to the longer side of the mat and come into this wide-legged seated position. It's more comfortable if your heels are on the mat than if they are on the ground. And again, it's really important to flex your feet. So if you wouldn't flex them, in my case, they would fall out. In some other cases, I saw students where they fall to the inside, but we want a neutral position of the femur into the hip socket. All right? Now we're not stretching the hips. We take a little pause for the hips and stretching the hamstrings. We're starting with the right hamstring. So place one hand here in front of you, one hand behind you. Lift yourself up and turn your body a little bit to the side so your belly button is facing to your right foot. Take a deep inhale, lengthen the spine, and on the exhale, lean forward and try to catch the right foot. If you can't reach the foot, you could use a yoga strap or a towel, then try to keep your back straight. If you can reach your foot, still don't go forward like this. On the inhale, lengthen the spine, and on the exhale, pull yourself down.
Interlace your fingers if you can. If not, it's no problem. It doesn't really matter. And then we stay here for just a couple of breaths. Just make sure that you keep your right foot flexed so you feel the stretch more in your calf muscles, and engage your right quadriceps to create this reciprocal inhibition to deepen the stretch in the hamstrings, so in the side of the antagonist. See if you're still present, if you're still following your breath, or if your mind is already wandering around. Maybe you want to count your breaths. Let's take 3 more. Inhale, straighten the arms. On the exhale, release the pose. No matter if you lift your arms up or if you come out of the pose, just make sure your back is straight. And now we do the same on the other side. So right hand in front of you, left hand behind you, lifting up and twisting a little bit, so you can always see if you're facing the right direction on your belly button, if you have one. No, I'm joking. I hope you have one. Otherwise, this would be weird. Inhale, lift your arms up. Exhale, lean forwards. Inhale, straighten the arms. On the exhale, pull yourself down. Keep your shoulders relaxed, your face relaxed. Left foot flexed, left quadriceps engaged. And also here, 3 more deep breaths. Into the abdomen, up to your chest, to your shoulders. On the exhale, try to go a little bit deeper. Last one. Inhale, straighten the arms. Exhale, release the pose. To add all the 4 spinal movements to this class, we already did the twisting, now we did the forward bend. What we need to add is lateral stretch and back bending. So now we will do the lateral stretch, placing the right forearm on the inside of the right thigh. So on the left side of the right thigh, you see it here. If you can't do this, you can just place the hand on the mat. It's no problem. We have different options here. Option 1 on the inhale is to lift the arm up, and on the exhale, just bend over to the side to feel the stretch here on the lateral side of your body. Option number 2, this is my favorite, is to place the hand behind the head and to lift the chest and the elbow up to deepen the stretch, and it's just a little bit more comfortable for the hand, so maybe also the lazy one. You can call this the lazy one. And option number 3, if you're flexible enough, you can try to catch the right big toe or the foot, but you see in my case, I'm not flexible enough. And yeah, that's just how our bodies are designed. So I can't touch my toes, but my left shoulder is in front. So we want to open up the side of the body. You must be able to touch your feet and still keep the shoulder in line with the rest of your body. If you can't reach that, do the lazy one or keep the arm up. Maybe you want to write a comment how you would call this pose. I'm always happy to connect with you guys and to read your comments. Also on Instagram, great to have a community. Let's take 3 more deep breaths. On the exhale, you might want to deepen the pose. You could also catch the foot with the right hand. So many options in yoga. That's so beautiful, right? One last breath. Inhale, come back to center, and we do the same on the other side. So place the forearm on the inhale, no matter what option you choose, the right arm goes up. On the exhale, find your variation of this side bend. Stay active in your feet. And try to bring the right elbow, if the elbow is bent, a little bit up higher. 3 more deep breaths. One more deep inhale. Maybe you can deepen the pose on the exhale. And with the next inhale, slowly release. Bring both feet back to come in this straight-legged seated position. And then cross your legs, shift your weight forward, and step back so we all meet on the belly. Bring your forearms on the mat in shoulder distance, palms facing down. And to add the last of the 4 spinal movements, we're doing the back bend in the Sphinx pose. Lift the chest. You can keep your feet, your legs engaged or relaxed. You can keep the feet relaxed. This is what I'm trying to say. Lift the chest. Keep your shoulders and your face relaxed. So you should feel some gentle tension in your lower back. If you want to deepen the pose, you can rotate your hands forward. So your thumbs are facing forward. And then you straighten your arms in this seal pose. Your hips are still on the mat, so your shoulders relaxed. And just take 5 more deep breaths. Feel free to change the variations or the asanas anytime. If the pressure is too much or you want to deepen the pressure. This is also a really good stretch for the front line of your body, for the abdominus rectus, for your core muscles. Really comfortable after a core workout. Last deep inhale. On the exhale, slowly lower down and release. Make a pillow with your hands. Allow yourself to rest. Take a deep inhale. And fully exhale, open the mouth. From this position, just turn around so we all meet on our backs. And we're finishing the class the same way we started. So open the feet to the corners of the mat, arms to the sides. And find your final relaxation, your Shavasana. Take a deep inhale. On the exhale, relax your feet, your legs. Let your arms become heavier. On the inhalation, feel the rising of your belly. On the exhalation, open your mouth, relax your face, your jaw, your forehead. No matter what's going on in your mind, let it go. Just enjoy being here without doing anything, without thinking about something. If your mind starts to wander around, it's totally fine. Just remember that you can come back to the present moment anytime you want. Just by bringing the awareness back to your breathing, back to the present moment. Stay in this final relaxation as long as you wish. As always, guys, thank you so much for practicing with me. I would highly appreciate a comment if you could subscribe to my channel, hit the like button, and maybe even could recommend me to one of your friends. This would be huge support following my dream, traveling around and teaching yoga. I can't wait to meet some of you guys in real on the mat in your city or maybe in Innsbruck. And yeah, I wish you a wonderful rest of the week. Bring the hands to your heart. We take one more deep inhale all together. Open the mouth, release. Thank you guys, and namaste.